My name is Amanda Settle, and for my research project, I used an ABAB withdrawal design to determine if putting other mating behaviors on extinction will increase the usage of a speech-generating device. My rationale for choosing this is that speech-generating devices allow students to express themselves across many social settings. These devices allow them to communicate with their peers, teachers, and other people more easily. It also gives them a sense of independence. The participant in this study is an 8-year-old boy. He is non-vocal and communicates through gestures, grunts, and pointing. He has a speech-generating device and knows how to use it. He is very proficient with the device, but he only uses it for entertainment purposes. He makes silly sentences, makes jokes, and stems. He does not communicate with the device with his peers or teachers. The research was conducted in his 3rd grade fully self-contained special education classroom. Using the ABAB design, data was collected over a period of 4 weeks, alternating weekly between baseline and intervention phases. In both phases, frequency data was taken on the number of times per day the student used the device to demand for something. During baseline phases, I observed the student in his classroom and marked a tally for each time he used a device to appropriately communicate his wants or needs. During the intervention phase, each time he grunted, pointed, or gestured to indicate he wanted something, I would prompt him to use a device instead. Most to least prompting was employed, starting with the least invasive prompts, like moving the device into his eye line or pointing to it. Prompts would build until the student used the device to appropriately communicate what he was wanting or needing. Any time when 2 or less prompts were needed to produce the desired behavior was counted as a correct response. As you can see from the graph, during the baseline phases, very few instances of the appropriate use of the device was notated. Once the intervention was put into place, the number jumped substantially. The drop in the number of instances and the return to baseline and the subsequent rise in the number of correct responses when the intervention was reinstated indicate that the intervention exhibits functional control over the behavior. This intervention has been successful in increasing the student's appropriate usage of the speech-generating device. There were a couple of other improvements that were observed as well. The student rarely independently engaged with his peers before the intervention, but afterward started greeting his peers with the device and even a few times asked them questions. Another thing that the teacher and other people in the classroom observed was there were fewer instances of aversive behavior caused by the student not being understood. Being able to use the device to communicate his needs better allowed the teachers and students in the classroom to know what he was asking for and were able to give it to him, reducing the amount of time the student was frustrated by not being understood. The weaknesses I have seen in this project is basically that it needs more time. The student is showing significant improvement in using this speech-generated device, but is fairly prompt dependent. He needs more time with the intervention so that prompt feeding can be employed, so that he can better use the device independently and consistently. Also, the intervention needs to be implemented in places outside of his special education classroom. He needs to be around other people in different environments so that generalization can occur.